Hi, kindergarteners. It's Miss Harwood here again for math today. Last week, we did a lot of practicing with addition and subtraction. This week, we're going to take a closer look at the different ways that we can subtract, okay? Before we get started on subtraction, we need to practice counting to 100. So your target right now is I can count to 100 because counting every day will help us become smarter. So we're going to play a quick video for you today that will help you practice your counting. Okay? So go ahead, stand up, get ready to join in, and count.
Count to 100 every day. Keep your mind and body in shape. Let's get fit, have some fun. Count to 100 by ones. Get ready to exercise and count. Stretch your arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your legs. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Pump each arm up. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Do arm circles. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Shoulder shrugs. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Pump elbows back. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Do windmills. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. Walk in place. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Now jog in place. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. Clap up high. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100.
Great job. I'm hoping that every single one of you were moving and grooving and practicing your counting because that's going to be helping our brains grow. All right, now let's get to our lesson. And for our lesson today, you are going to need 2 materials, okay? The materials that we need today are number 1, paper, and number 2, a pencil. If you guys would rather use your whiteboard and marker, that's totally fine. Either way, you're going to need to grab those materials now so you're ready to join in for the activities of this lesson, all right? Now, we have 2 learning targets today. Our first learning target is I can subtract numbers within 10. Okay, so subtract means to take away, and within is between, right? So it's going to be between, we're going to be subtracting or taking away numbers within or between 1 and 10, okay? Our second learning target is I can identify parts of a number sentence, okay? So I can identify. Identify means to name. Name parts. Parts are just something that makes up a whole, right? So parts, they make up a whole of a number sentence. So we're going to actually right now talk about what makes up a number sentence. All right, so those are our 2 learning targets for today. Now we're going to talk about the different parts that make up a number sentence and how we can use that number sentence when we subtract in math. So as you can see, my number sentence right now, it's different colors, and I did that on purpose. Our 5 is our whole. That's why it's pink. Our 5 is the whole. Our 3 and the 2, they're orange because those are parts. And remember, a part makes a whole. So these 2 parts make our whole. So this number sentence says 5 minus 3 equals 2. Okay, so now I know that my 5 is the whole. That's all we have total. So my whole is 5. So I'm going to put 5 counters down for my whole. Now my 2 parts, which is a 3 and a 5, make the whole. So my first part is a what? 3. And that part is being taken away or subtracted from my whole. So I'm going to take away 3. So I'm going to take away 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. So 5 take away 3 equals 2. And 2, remember, is my other part. So here's my first part. My first part is 3. And my second part is going to be 2. So here we go. 1, 2. So now my whole, which was 5, is broken apart into 2 parts. 3 and a 2. Okay, so my 5, is my 5 the whole or the part? The whole. My 5 is the whole thing. Is my 3 a whole or a part? A part. My 3 is just one part of my whole, which is 5. What about my 2? Is my 2 a whole or a part? It's a part, right? My 2 is one part of the 5. So I took my whole, which was 5, and I broke it down into 2 groups, 2 parts. Okay? So those are different parts of a number sentence. We have our whole, part, part. Okay? Now let's try making a number sentence out of a word problem. So I already wrote down a word problem for us to solve. Okay? This word problem says, I went to my brother's birthday party. I got him 6 presents. He opened 4 presents. How many presents are left? So I want to find out how many presents are left. So my whole, how many birthday parties did I get my brother total? 6. So my whole is 6. So I'm going to start with my 6, right? He opened how many presents? 4. He opened 4 presents. So I'm going to take away 4. Now I want to know how many presents are left. Okay, so this time I'm going to draw the circles instead of using my counters, okay? So I need to draw how many. How many is my whole? 6. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I got my brother 6 presents. He opened how many? 4. So I'm going to take away 4. That's my part of a whole. So I'm going to take away 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my one part is 4. How many are going to be left? What's my last part? Let's see. 1, 2. So I'm going to write the number 2. Good job. Now I want to write a number sentence, and I want to play a game. All right, so I'm going to write a number sentence out. This time, when I ask a question, I want you to shout out the answer. Ready? Here we go. Here's my number sentence. Remember, we talked about the different parts that make up a number sentence. There's a whole, a part, and a part. There's also in a number sentence where we're subtracting, there's a minus sign and an equal sign. Okay? My first question, are you ready? What number in this number sentence is our whole? 4. 4 is our whole. Good job. All right, here's my next question. How many are we taking away from 4 or our whole? How many are we taking away from 4, our whole? 3. Good job. We're taking away 3. And 3, is 3 our part or our whole? It's a part. Good job. So this is one part. Nice job. How many are going to be left over? How many? What number? How many are going to be left over after we take away 3 from 4? 1. Amazing job. So when we put this whole number sentence together, it's 4 minus 3 equals 1. Great job. Now I'm going to point to a sign in our number sentence, and I want you to shout out what that sign is called. You ready? What's this sign? The minus sign. This is our minus sign, and we subtract with our minus sign. What is this sign called? The equal sign. Great job. We were able to identify all of the different parts in our number sentence. Great job. Now it's your turn to practice subtracting numbers within 10. What you're going to need to do is I'm going to pull up some word problems. And then you're going to need to grab an adult to pause the video and help you read these word problems. After you've finished reading these word problems and writing your number sentences for them, take a picture and send them to your teacher. Okay? So I am going to share with you the 3 word problems you need. Here are the 3 word problems that you are going to have to solve. So go ahead, stop the video, get an adult, and write the number sentences for these 3 problems.